Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to the GR Infraprojects Ltd Q2 and H1 FY’25 earnings conference call hosted by HDFC Securities. We have with us today from the management team Mr. Ajendra Kumar Agarwal, Managing Director, GR Infraprojects Ltd, and Mr. Anand Rathi, Group CFO, GR Infraprojects Ltd. This conference call may contain forward-looking statements about the company, which are based on the beliefs, opinions, and expectations of the company as on date of this call. These statements are not guarantees of future performance and involve risks and uncertainties that are difficult to predict. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star then 0 on your touch-tone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Parikshit Kandpal from HDFC Securities. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you, Tanya.
Thank you.
So we'll begin the call with the opening remarks from the management team, followed by the Q&A. Over to you, Ajendra ji. Please give your opening remarks. Thank you.
Thank you, Parikshit ji. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome you all to the second quarter earning call of GR Infraprojects Ltd for financial year 25. First of all, I would like to wish everyone on the call a belated happy Diwali. We are accompanied by Mr. Anand Rathi, the CFO of the company. I would like to start by mentioning that the company has a strong track record of delivering the excellent. It's a company which is inspired by its purpose, having consistency in strategy, execution, result delivery, and stability of management, having effective and transparent governance, focus on quality of projects, which is executing project in a way that protect people and environment, and with care for employee safety, health, and promote diversity and inclusion. I will now take you through the key highlights of the quarter and recent development in the infrastructure sector, followed by question and answer session. On financial highlights of the company, during Q2 FY’25, the company has recorded revenue from operation of rupees 1,128 crore as against of rupees 1,574 crore during the same period in the previous financial year. The EBITDA margin for the current quarter stood at 10.39% as against 12.31% during quarter ended September 30th, 2023. During the quarter, company has transferred one operational HAM asset to Bharat Highway InvIT at the valuation of approximately rupees 339 crore. During the quarter, the company has repaid the debt of rupees 32.17 crore, which has resulted into improved debt equity ratio to 0.10, which is one of the best in the sector. During the quarter, the company has received pre-COD for 2 HAM projects and final COD for 1 HAM project and appointed date for 1 project. The company has signed its third power transmission service agreement during this quarter and has commenced the development activity on the same. As on the date, the company has a good mix of 28 projects, which is 6 are operational, 17 are under construction, and 5 projects are awaiting appointed dates. Moving on the update on order book, as on date, order book stood at rupees 20,680 crore, out of which rupees 13,303 crore are under execution and 4,127 crore are awaiting appointed date. Further, it includes 2 projects having L1 status amounting rupees 3,250 crore, which includes 1 EPC road project in the state of Maharashtra worth rupees 2,349 crores and a power transmission project of rupees 900 crore approximately. As on date, the company has submitted 19 highway and railway projects bid amounting to rupees 13,900 crores, which are expected to be opened soon. Moving on the sector highlights and infrastructure development of India. This year, awarding activity has been a little muted. However, looking at the central government commitment, which is evident from the budgetary allocation towards infrastructure, we expect decent flow of awarding activities coming in next few months of the current financial year. The company is targeting order pipeline of worth rupees 1,50,000 crore in a various sector like highways, road, tunnel, metro, PT&D, railways, ropeway, etc. Given our track record of strike rate, we are confident of winning the new order to take us the double-digit growth in financial year 26. We continue to work towards creating a positive impact on the climate change. We target to be a climate positive business based on scope of 1+2+3 emission according to the greenhouse gas protocol. Our action to reach our ambitions include decreasing carbon emission and energy consumption, recycling and reuse of waste, reducing fresh water consumption, etc. We continue to tap on different opportunities emanating from aggressive infra growth plan of the government. That's all from my side. Over to you, Anandji, for update on financial position of the company. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, sir. Thank you. And let me take all of you through the financial highlights of the company for the quarter. Our standalone revenue from operation decreased by almost 446 crore on YOY basis from rupees 1,574 crore in Q2 of financial year 2024 to 1,128 crore in Q2 of the current financial year. This decrease was on account of decrease in execution primarily caused by heavy rainfall and lesser executable order books. As a result of which, our consolidated revenue from operations too decreased by rupees 488 crore on YOY basis from 1,883 crores in Q2 of FY'24 to rupees 1,394 crore in Q2 of the current financial year. Our standalone gross margin has improved actually to 26% almost in quarter ended September 2024 from 24.33% in the same quarter last year. Our standalone EBITDA margin is reduced to 10.39% in the quarter ended September 2024 from 12.31% in the same quarter last year. Our EBITDA margin at the group level has increased to 25.32% in quarter ended September 24 from 24.81% in quarter ended September 2023. Just to highlight on exceptional item for the current quarter, company has sold 100% stake in wholly owned subsidiary, namely GR Aligarh Kanpur Highway Private Limited to Bharat Highways InvIT for a total consideration of 339.6 crores. The resultant gain of 35.6 crores has been disclosed as an exceptional item. Our PAT margin at standalone level decreased by 6.86% to 114.82 crores in quarter ended September 2024 as compared to 123.27 crore in quarter ended September 2023. Our standalone net worth stood at 7,466.75 crore at the end of September 2024, which was rupees 7,195.72 crore at the end of fiscal 2024. Our net worth at consolidated level is rupees 7,956 crore at the end of September 2024, which was 7,602 crores at the end of fiscal 2024. Our standalone revenue borrowing, I beg my pardon. Our standalone borrowing at the end of September 2024 is rupees 689 crore, which includes short-term borrowing of rupees 75 crores with debt to equity of 0.10 times. Our consolidated borrowing at the end of September 24 is 4,301 crores with debt to equity of 0.55 times. During the quarter, company has made addition of fixed asset amounting rupees 26.79 crore at the 26.79 crore. A net block of property, plant and equipment which includes CWIP is rupees 1,286 crores at the end of current quarter. Investment in our subsidiary company in form of loans and equities is rupees 1,895 crore at the end of September 24. Balance promoter contribution required to be made for our under construction and operational HAM projects is approximately 2,000 crore, of which we are expecting contribution of around 350 to 400 crore in H2 of financial year 2025. Our working capital at the end of current quarter has increased by 41 days and stood at 153 days. This increase primarily on account of increase in SPV debtors. Our trade receivable at the standalone basis are rupees 2,200 crore, including SPV debtor of 2,000 crore approximately at the end of September 2024. Our trade receivable at the consolidated level are rupees 217 crore at the end of September 2024. Our unbilled revenue at the standalone basis is 527 crore at the end of current quarter. Our unbilled revenue at consolidated level is rupees 130 crore at the end of September 2024. Our inventories are at 625 crore at the end of current quarter as compared to 768 crore at the end of fiscal 2024. I sincerely thank all our stakeholders, including employees, business partners, vendors, bankers, and auditors who have been supporting the company throughout in its transformation journey. On behalf of GR Infraprojects Ltd, I thank everyone for attending this earnings call. Thank you again. Yeah, over to you, Parikshit, for Q&A, please. I mean, may I request that to open that session for the question and answer?
Sure, sir. Thank you very much. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on their touch-tone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. The first question is from the line of Shravan Shah from Dolat Capital. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. Now just to recheck in terms of the guidance. So obviously in 1H, the revenue is 19% down. For full year, previously we said that we are looking at -5 to +5. So now what's the revised downward guidance, and even for FY'26, so what's the number one can look at?
So for current financial year, what we are expecting that we may not be growing, but I believe that we'll be, because 5% to 10% the degrowth may be possible for the current financial year, right? And for 26 financial year, I believe that once we are, having various projects in our fold, probably we'll be able to achieve one growth track, right? We'll be again on the growth track, maybe on double digit again, but that depends on how fast and how quick we can get that project and what kind of composition, maybe EPC and BOT. Depending on that, probably we'll be able to get on again back on this growth track.
So, sir, just to get the number right, so in terms of the order inflow, so how much we have already received, L1 is how much, and now how much total we are looking at further in the second half?
See, so far, including L1, we have received 5,000 crore in the, I would say, for the current year, which includes the EPC project of that Maharashtra as well, right? And our target for the current year was around 20,000 crores, and 15,000 crore yet to be, we are expecting we'll be able to get in the remaining financial year.
Okay. And so this 15,000 crore would be anything in terms of the road would be how much, and non-road would be how much? Any broad idea?
See, other than road, we are targeting, out of the 20,000 so far, I mean, we have received in 5,000, it is, I would say, so far we have received power transmission project, right, which are in the range of around 1,300-1,400 crore. But then balance all our road projects, right? And for balance 15,000, again, what we are expecting is that 60%, maybe 9,000, 10,000 crore would be from road, and balance 4,000-5,000 the power transmission or other railway projects or tunneling and all that. That would be the case.
Okay. And on the margin front, so obviously this quarter is one of the lowest, multi-year lowest margin. So how one can now look at in terms of the margin?
The margin, because we are underutilized, right? We are not able to utilize our capacity for the simple reason that we are not getting the orders, right? So
Yeah.
You see that our gross margin has improved, but we are not able to because of the overhead. Once we are, having enough order in our fold, we'll be back on that same margin track. Again, 14-15%, which we are expecting from the EPC. But yeah, it may take time because until we start utilizing our whole capacity, right? So to that extent, probably in current year, our margin guidance would be same, 12-13% for the remaining years, balance of the year, right? But next year again we'll be back on this margin ratio of 14-15%.
Okay, got it. And the remaining 4 HAM appointed date and for and the transmission and when we are likely to get this appointed date, and what's the value of this where the appointed date is pending?
See, our appointed date, we are waiting for appointed date for 5 of the projects. Out of that 5, 4 are HAM projects and 1 is basically multimodal logistic park. The recent one which we got yesterday only, where again we are having L1 status. So I'm not talking about L1 status. We are talking about the agreement, the projects where we have already entered into the agreement, right? So there are 5 projects. Out of that 5 projects, 3 projects we are expecting in next 1 or 2 months the appointed date for those 3 projects, and remaining 2 projects we are expecting that appointed date would be declared by last quarter of the current financial year.
Okay, got it. And the equity breakup for FY'26 and 27, you said 400 crore in second half.
Yeah, so for next, after 25, we would be requiring around 1,600 crore of the equity contribution, right? Which would be, again, will be, infusing next 2.5 years. So maybe 700 crore every year basis.
Okay. Got it, sir. Got it. Thank you. All the best.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Before we take the next question, we would like to remind participants that you may press star and 1 to ask a question. I repeat, you may press star and 1 to ask a question. The next question is from the line of Alok Deora from Motilal Oswal. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. Good afternoon. So, sir, just again on the execution side, so this quarter has been extremely low, and even if we take a 10% decline for the full year, we are still looking at around 1,900 kind of average execution for the remaining 2 quarters. So, based on the order book which we have, and I believe October also has been pretty heavy monsoon month. So, are we confident on this number, or we could see this is kind of the best case scenario where we end the year with around 10% lower execution?
See, we'll always predict best case scenario only, and we'll try to achieve that scenario, right? See, as of now, we are having decent executable orders. It's more than 13,000 crores, and we believe, or we are confident. And then again depends on how that all other formalities are being provided to us, or all other approvals are being made available to us. But we are confident we'll be able to achieve that kind of number, maybe 10% decline.
Right. And sir, if we get these appointed dates like in the next 2 months and the end of the year, which you just mentioned, so for what kind of growth rate you're looking at for FY'26?
We'll try. If we are getting more EPC projects, we certainly will be able to get more than 10% of growth rate for the next financial year. That means FY'26. But we certainly would be on growth track, right?
Got it. And just one last question. This working capital has gone up in the quarter. So how do we see that shaping up ahead?
The working capital, if you exclude our SPV debtors, then it actually has gone down.
Right.
So because we are not, having enough deployment means, maybe you'll not be able to, deploy whatever. So idea is to basically not to draw the debt at SPV level and keep the liquidity at holdco level, right? And hence we this is how we have planned, basically just to reduce our interest cost at SPV level as also, right? And hence that as working capital has gone. Otherwise, if you exclude the SPV number, then our working capital has improved significantly.
Got it. Sure, sir. That's all from my side. Thank you and all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Before we take the next question, we would like to remind participants that you may press star and 1 to ask a question. The next question is from the line of Sarvesh Gupta from Maximal Capital. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, sir. So this quarter, the execution has been very low for us. So, I understand rains and all, but any specific reasons? Because we still had a decent executable order book in the beginning of this quarter, but still the execution got very delayed. So was it related to any of the particular geographies where we were doing some work or?
No. So yes, one state where Punjab, we already mentioned in the previous call also, where we are finding, that industry is finding difficult to get the project, on execution mode. That is one aspect, but largely because of we were not having enough executable orders before the start of this quarter, right? Or even at the beginning of this financial year. And I would say in last 3-4 months, we have got the appointed date for next 3 or 4 HAM projects. So point is, we have got the appointed date, but again in the monsoon months, so then we could not, get the progress over those projects. But it largely because of, rainfall is one issue because this Q2 is always, always because of high monsoon, that execution is low. But because of, and this particular year, we are, largely running short of our executable orders. That's why we are very much down in terms of our revenue.
Okay. And, on the NHAI ordering front, any updates? Because that also has been very slow till now. So how do you see that shaping up for the sector as well as for you in the remaining part of this financial year?
We are quite bullish. There is a pipeline, though there is a good pipeline, maybe of 1,31,000 crore, which is again coming from highway sector only. So the pipeline is visible, but so far for the current financial year, the government has not been, maybe for different reason, this particular sector might not be having proper focus of the government. And I believe that once these elections are over in Maharashtra and other Jharkhand state, probably that government again would be focusing on highway development and will be getting more and more orders for the current financial year.
Okay. And this Maharashtra MSRDC order, what is the update on that? And given that elections are there with a possibility of a regime change, how do you see that? Is it like something like confirmed for us, or can it go into some sort of a loop?
This is some I may not be able to comment, This is the prerogative of the authority. But yes, out of the 2 projects, we have already signed one agreement, right? And one is the one where we have been declared L1 so far. We are waiting for LOA, and because of that, because Maharashtra state is under election, probably we have to wait for until that results are out, right? And because of this code of conduct, right now they will not be, issuing, I believe so.
Understood. And this Bharat Injit deal, sir, what kind of price to book? Is it closer to 1.1 that we had sold this to?
Yes, it's I would say 339 against we have got, so our book value was around 300 crores, including debt,
Okay.
right? And that includes that interest also, which we are accruing on year-on-year basis, right? So on the date of deal, it was almost 1.1.
That was the multiple on the invested equity that you got?
No. That was not multiple. See, we invested, my original investment equity would have been like 250 crore, 240 crore. I don't remember exactly, but including interest, which we are accruing on the, on the loan part, which we have been extending to our SPV, right? So on original equity, I would say it would be more than 1.5.
Okay. Understood, sir. Thank you and all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. The next question is from the line of Vaibhav Shah from JM Financial Limited. Please go ahead.
So thanks for the opportunity. Sir, if we consider a 10% decline for FY'25, so revenue would be around 7,000 crores. So over this lower base, don't we feel that our 10% growth is very minimal? So we'll go back to only 24 numbers at around 7,800 crores for 26, given the stronger order book we have.
No. So growth point is, again, growth would be subject to what kind of order we'll be getting for the current, during the remaining financial year, right? So that's why I'm saying we may get back on that growth track, maybe of 20% or 15%, or even in the range of 10%, depending on the order composition which we'll be getting over the period of next 6 months.
Okay. Sir, so our total order book as of September should be around 19,600, right?
19,600 plus L1 of power transmission would be more than 20,000, which we got yesterday.
Okay. So out of this 19,600, what is the value of order which is already under execution right now?
13,000.
Will it be closer to 10,000?
13,000.
13,000. Okay. And sir, secondly, we saw a higher other income in the first half. So what is our expected total distribution from InvIT for the entire year?
What I believe is that we'll be getting in the range of 11.5% of the distribution from the InvIT, right? And my total investment is in the range of 2,000 crores. So our total income from InvIT would be in the range of 200 to 225 crores.
This includes only dividend, right? Interest income is over and above.
Dividend plus interest.
Okay. So what was the amount in first half, dividend plus interest total?
First half was around 134.5 crores, something like this.
So in second half, we expect somewhere around 90 to 100 odd crores.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Those are my questions.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. The next question is from the line of Dheeraj Kriplani from Avendus Spark. Please go ahead.
Hey, thanks for the opportunity. I just have one question, that what amount of capex we can expect in the coming quarters or the coming years?
Capex, we don't see a big amount. Maybe, for the year we are targeting not more than, so far we have, done capex of around 50 crore in H1 we have done, and in H2 also we don't expect that more than 50 crore of capex we'll be doing this. And which includes actually that office building which we are constructing in the Gurugram, right?
Okay. Yeah, this was my question. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. The next question is from the line of Parvez Qazi from Nuvama Group. Please go ahead.
Hi, good afternoon, and thanks for taking my question. Sir, what would be the EPC value of the orders for the 2 power transmission projects that we have won this year?
That would be in the range of both projects put together would be in the range of 11 to 1200 crore.
11 to 12. Okay. Sure. Thanks and all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Before we take the next question, we would like to remind participants that you may press star and 1 to ask a question. The next question is from the line of Vineet Prasad from Investec. Please go ahead.
Hi, good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Anil, what is the risk to our Maharashtra government orders if there's a change in government? Is there a case that the orders which have been placed and one L1 orders, those can be cancelled, or there'll be change of work, or could go for rebidding, etc.?
देखिए, अगर हिस्टोरिकली अगर अपन देखें तो इंडिया में इस तरह के इंस्टेंस होते नहीं है. गवर्नमेंट चेंज होती है, लेकिन मतलब इस तरह के जो प्रोजेक्ट है वो गवर्नमेंट के जो प्रोजेक्ट है वो कंटिन्यूटी रहती है. हिस्टोरिकली ऐसा रहा है, आगे भी अपन सोचते हैं ऐसे इस तरह की रिस्क होनी नहीं चाहिए. तो गवर्नमेंट ड्यू प्रोसेस के साथ में बिडिंग प्रोसेस चलता है. ये पर्टिकुलर पर्सन का या पर्टिकुलर गवर्नमेंट का ऐसा कोई एजेंडा नहीं है जिसमें स्कीम को बंद किया जाए, या पूरे प्रोजेक्ट्स होते हैं. बट फिर भी जब कोई चेंज होता है तो रिस्क कहीं ना कहीं कुछ ना कुछ तो रहती है.
Understood. Thank you. And the second question is, now NHAI ordering has remained muted for almost 1.5 to 2 years now. What it is, why is it taking so long for NHAI ordering to come back? Particularly given ordering pipeline, at least for NHAI, has always remained strong over the last 1.5 to 2 years.
ये गवर्नमेंट अगर अपन ने ये देखें तो एक तो गवर्नमेंट चेंज हुई, सबसे पहले इलेक्शन मोड में आ गई, फिर भारतमाला की जो स्कीम थी उसमें चेंज हुए. अभी काफी कुछ चेंज भी है, मतलब ग्राउंड लेवल पे गवर्नमेंट की जो पॉलिसी इम्प्लीमेंटेशन है उसमें भी चेंज है. गवर्नमेंट की जो लैंड अवेलेबिलिटी के जो इश्यूज हैं उसमें भी चेंज है. गवर्नमेंट वर्क कर रही है. और फिर सबसे बड़ी चेंज जो गवर्नमेंट की जो स्कीम है हैम से बीओटी में ट्रांसफर करने की, अभी हैम पे उतना उस तरह से फोर्स नहीं है और बीओटी तैयार नहीं हुआ है. बीओटी के कुछ जो एग्रीमेंट के जो लैंडर्स के साथ में, बैंकर के साथ में जो इनका डिस्कशन चल रहा है वो फाइनल नहीं हुआ है. उसकी वजह से डिले हो रहा है. लेकिन गवर्नमेंट के ऊपर प्रेशर तो है ही है. इस सेकेंड हाफ में अपन ये एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं कि ऑर्डर आउटफ्लो बढ़ना चाहिए इनका.
Understood. And is there any case of shift in focus for central government or NHAI away from road and focusing more on sectors like renewables or railway, etc.?
ये तो सर, ये तो बजट के अंदर आता ही है. अब आपको ये तो अपने को मतलब उनके दिमाग में क्या चल रहा है ये तो नहीं समझा जा सकता, लेकिन ये तो अपने को बजट को देख के, बजट का जो एलोकेशन है उसको देख के समझ में आता है कि भी अपन गवर्नमेंट किस तरह से थॉट प्रोसेस है. तो अभी ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि गवर्नमेंट हाईवे को डीप्रायोरिटाइज करके और सोलर में या किसी में जा रही है. सबकी अपनी अपनी प्रायोरिटीज है और अपना फोकस है.
Understood. And sir, the last question is on building segment. We had alluded to looking at building and factories as a segment and trying to build up team around it. Can you just highlight what's the progress on that side? Have you started bidding for it, or is it still under building phase?
No, so this is, Vinay, this is still under evaluation. I mean, because we have diversified into, in last, I would say 1 year or maybe in 2 years, we have diversified into different sectors. So we are taking time actually, because we have built up team in tunneling sector. We have, built team in ropeway, power transmission, right? So it is taking time, but yes, we are working on it.
Understood. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We would like to remind participants that you may press star and 1 to ask a question. I repeat, you may press star and 1 to ask a question. Participants may press star and 1 to ask a question. The next question is from the line of Vineet Prasad from Investec. Please go ahead.
Sir, just one clarification. You just mentioned that we have also built a team for tunneling. So will we be only looking at road tunneling related projects, or we are also qualified to take up underground metro sort of projects, or we can have some JV out there and bid for underground metro projects as well?
इसमें जो टनलिंग किसी भी तरह का बिजनेस हो हम लोग इंटरेस्टेड हैं, पर जब तक स्पेसिफिक आप जो मेट्रो टनल्स के लिए कह रहे हैं उसमें भी हम लोग इंटरेस्टेड हैं, लेकिन जहां पर टीबीएम मशीन का यूज होता है वहां पर हम लोग नहीं.
Understood. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. The next question is from the line of Parikshit Kandpal from HDFC Securities. Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah, sir. Hi. Sir, you earlier spoke about the ESG and sustainability theme, and we also see that you are bidding for the transmission projects now, taking larger projects. So first question was that how much will be the equity contribution beyond the road portfolio which you need to invest for developing the transmission assets? And within the entire transmission ecosystem on the renewable side, so how do you see yourself getting aligned more towards battery storage, solar and other themes? So how do you think you can contribute or participate in that growth story?
See, Parikshit, we are trying to build this sectors, right? And we started with slow pace, and gradually we are moving and we are targeting even bigger projects, right? So in current year we are targeting around of 2,000 crore of the transmission EPC order book. And in transmission generally we have been targeting through BOT. I mean we have entered through BOT mode. This is BOT mode means where we have to invest our equity as well. So maybe I would say for next 2 to 3 years we will be targeting around assuming that it will be putting what I would say is around 8 to 10,000 crore of transmission EPC we would like to execute in next 3 years of time, right? And there we are expecting to infuse equity in the to the tune of 3,000 crore in next 3 years of time. That is our basically what I would say is that the estimate which we are having in our mind, right? And when you talk about other renewable, other power sector, we are working on it. First, we want to establish ourselves into transmission sector. Then certainly we'll be exploring other renewable sectors, other power sectors, right? And we'll be doing much more into power sectors going forward. Yeah.
This you said in the roads alone you have almost 2,000 crores pending to be invested. So beyond that, you're planning to invest another 3,000 crores in transmission BOOT assets over the next 3 years. So total outgo in the next 3 years will be about 5,000 crores on the equity investments.
Yeah, we can assume. So it's not only into road sector, which includes power sector also, right? In transmission, when we are saying 2,000 crore is pending for equity infusion in next 2.5 years, which includes transmission project as well, whatever we so far we are having, right, in our order book. So yes, you can say in the range of 4,500, I mean 4,000 to 4,500 crore, which is to be infused in. And this, when you are saying, so this includes that the future transmission projects will be getting more, I would say, road projects as well, where we have to infuse more equity as well. So overall, equity infusion for next years would be more than 5,000 crore, certainly.
And when I look at so this is on the transmission side where you seem to be betting big now. And beyond that, you have BOT toll assets. So now what's your view on betting on the BOT toll, which would be coming up for the second half? So out of the 9,000-10,000 crores of order inflows you're expecting from roads, how do you think you will visualize HAM coming in and BOT toll coming in? So what's your appetite there?
What we are expecting for the current financial year is that maybe in the range of 5,000 to 7,000 crore of AOT will be having in our, order book by the end of this year, and balance would be from HAM or other EPC.
So this will 5,000 to 7,000 at 30% also will mean about 2,000 crores. That means over the next 3-4 years you'll be investing close to about 7,000 crores in equity.
See, when we are saying that 10,000 crore of the power sector, which will be eventually executed in 5 years, right?
Yeah.
The next 3 years would be eventually executed in the next 5 years, right? So we have to take 5 years of horizon, how we'll be planning our equity infusion and all that, right? And we'll be getting another 10,000, 15,000 crore of the, BOT projects, depending on what kind of competitive intensity over there, right? So yes, I mean, on additional 10 to 15,000 crore equity for the BOT projects, we need another 30% kind of equity infusion for next 3 to 5 years, right? So you can say 5,000 additional as a road project for road project itself, right? So in next, I would say for 5 years, we can expect 10,000 crore of equity investment for next 5 years.
So how will you fund it? Because I understand that you have a Bharat Highways InvIT where you can monetize and recycle equity, and some of your HAMs will move there and you will get unlocking. So what kind of unlocking of equity or recycling of equity while you are investing 10,000 over the next 4-5 years? How much do you think you will recoup from your recycling of HAM equity? And beyond that, are you have any thoughts on how you would de-risk your the portfolio on the transmission side? I mean, are you looking to have some platform or like you have for Bharat Highways? So how are you thinking on those lines so that you get more share of EPC than rather than investing too much of equity?
See, I mean, that we have proven in past as well, while we have, created that monetization platform in form of InvIT for road, right? So as of now, we are having enough liquidity in our balance sheet, maybe more than 2,000 crore in form of the investment in form of the InvIT units, right? And then, as I told in my opening remarks as well, where my SPV debtors are more than 2,000 crore, right, which can immediately be realized in cash. And whatever HAM projects we are building, right, and over the period of next 2 years we'll be building, that again can be monetized. So far we have invested into existing HAM in the range of 1,800 crore. That can also be realized over the period of next 2 years or next 3 years. So I would say next 3 years of time I'll be having 6,000 crore of cash available with me right now, right? So I don't think even if, let's say, if we are planning for 10,000 crore of equity investment next 5 years, that would be a challenge for us. Of course, we are exploring for transmission as well, the platform where we can create a platform which can actually eventually help us in monetizing the transmission assets so far which we are building, right? As on date, we are having 4 transmission BOT projects in our fold. Going forward, we are targeting more and more transmission projects. So we are expecting that, and we are confident we'll be able to, come out with a monetization platform for transmission asset as well.
These 4 transmission assets, what will be the total equity investments? I know you have included it in your 2,000 crore of outgo. So what will be, but if I have to just ask on these 4 assets, how much is the total equity outlay?
So 4 includes the latest one, which we got yesterday,
Yeah.
where equity investment is around 200 crores so far, which is not included into the 2,000 crore, right? But otherwise, total equity investment, proposed equity investment, total put together, all 4 is around 600 crore.
Out of 600, what is the balance? What is invested and what is already invested now?
What is already invested? So 400 crore is we have already accounted for, right? Which is, actually investment is in the range of 150 crore, 160 crore.
So 150. So balance about 450 crores is pending to be invested.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure, sir. Thank you. Those are my questions. I'll ask the operator to follow the queue, please.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. The next question is from the line of Sarvesh Gupta from Maximal Capital. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, sir. Sir, recently one of the players got banned by NHAI for almost a year. So how do you see this sort of a development happening in the sector wherein this poses a risk for all the major players? And how do you see this sort of a development affecting us?
This is unfortunate, I would say. But yes, risk remains. You have to be transparent and while dealing with everybody in the sector, right? So I think it's a case between these two parties. I may not be able to comment on this more than this because I'm not privy of what information I'm not privy of the information which probably I should have before commenting on this, right? But this is unfortunate, I would say.
Okay. But does it increase the opportunities for players like us because there would be slightly less competition?
If someone is banned out of 10, if 1 or 2 is banned, let's say, then certainly that the opportunity increases for the remaining 7, 8, whosoever are there, right? And just go without doubt.
Okay. And sir, I think you have done some MOU with IndiGrid also regarding the transmission assets. So is that the platform that you are alluding to while talking about the downloading of the transmission assets from the company to release the equity?
Yeah, we entered into a MOU with IndiGrid maybe 2 years back, right? When we started our transmission journey, right? But over the period during last 2 years, what we have realized that probably we'll be able to build. We have enough, I would say, asset into our fold. Then certainly we'll be exploring more such kind of opportunities. Maybe we'll be, entering into JV with some investors or some other sort of monetization platform, which can be, which would be eventually helping us basically in monetizing those transmissions, whatever rest transmissions that we'll be building, right? And actually it would certainly be helping us basically in sustaining our transmission business, right? Because it's required equity infusion to a large extent. So we are exploring and we are confident we'll be able to deliver this platform as well.
And the margins in the transmission EPC business, are they similar or different than the road?
Transmission, I would say largely similar, plus minus, I would say 1 or 2%, but largely they are similar.
Okay. Thank you, sir, and all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. The next question is from the line of Vaibhav Shah from JM Financial Limited. Please go ahead.
Sir, what was the equity invested in first half?
It is around 300 crore.
So the last call we had mentioned that incrementally we were supposed to put around 2,100 crores. So how does it tally up? So 2,000 is till September, and 200 crores will add up for the power T&D project. So incrementally, we have 2,200 crores, right?
2,200. Last time we told around 2,000 crore, right? 2,100 crore, right?
Yes.
So we have infused so far 290 odd crore, I think 300 crore maybe. So what we are saying is, because we have got one more transmission project where we have to put in 150 crore of equity, right, in the current financial year, right? And the last one so far we have not added. So as of now we are having 2,000 crore of the equity contribution which is pending, right?
And including T&D, including SPS project, it would be 2,200, right?
2,200 crore.
Okay. So this year, first half is 300 we have invested, and second half we are expecting another 400. So it should be 700 for FY'25 as well.
700 for FY'25. Yeah.
And should be similar for next 2 years as well.
Yeah. Next year too. Right.
Okay. And so secondly, on the non-highway side, apart from highways and T&D, what kind of margins do we target while bidding for those projects in railway or say tunneling?
See, for EPC, if you talk about tunneling or railway, we are expecting same kind of margin in the range of 14%, right? 13, 14, 15, whatever you may say. But then depending on the competitive intensity, right now we are not getting those projects at these kind of margin, right? So what we are trying right now is to basically keep at least, minimum margin threshold margin of 12%, and to get basically and to diversify ourselves basically into different sectors as well, right? So we'll be able to, if we'll be having that opportunity to get more projects into tunneling or ropeway or power transmission, probably will be able to, get back to our track of 14 or 15% kind of EPC margin.
Okay. So lastly, on working capital side, so it went up to 153 odd days in 2Q. So how do you see it coming down by March 25, or it should remain at similar levels?
The working capital days, excluding my SPV debt, out of 153 days, 113 days is actually, contributed by my own SPV debtors. So if we exclude SPV debtors, then it is only 40 days. So I think we are at minimum working capital level. I think we are comfortable in this kind of working capital.
So the 150 days number should remain similar as of March 25 as well, including
if we require more cash to invest into our equity, the BOT projects will certainly reduce our SPV debtors, and we'll be putting that money into equity investment, right? And certainly it will help us basically to reduce my working capital from 153 to 100 or 120 or whatever. So point is, what I'm saying is 153 days includes 113 days of my SPV debtors. It can be excluded. It can be, realized in cash immediately on day one, right? So actual working capital is 40 days.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Those are my questions.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. The next question is from the line of Parikshit Kandpal from HDFC Securities. Please go ahead, sir.
Just thanks for the follow-up. So just one question. So you spoke about 10,000 crores of transmission projects you're looking to add in the next 5 years or execute. So are you looking to do any backward integration here, since either in tower manufacturing or conductors or anything? Thoughts on that?
See, that
and even for bidding for third party also.
No, that we can bid for third party, we can do it EPCS only also.
Yeah.
But that actually is under evolution, right? Okay. If we'll be doing backward integration or not, or what kind of backward integration can be done, maybe because tower manufacturing, we are having certain fabrication facilities in Gujarat as well as Rajasthan. So it can be extended for tower manufacturing. That has to be seen. So far, this is under evolution.
You're open to bid for plants like Power Grid or
Yeah.
So for the EPC part.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir. I think there are no further questions. So, on behalf of HDFC Securities, I would like to thank you for giving us this opportunity to host the call. If you have any further last comments, please make them, and we can close it.
थैंक यू सर, सभी इन्वेस्टर्स को जो कंपनी के साथ में पूरे इस जर्नी में सपोर्ट किया है, आगे से मैं एक्सपेक्ट करता हूँ इसी तरह से सपोर्ट बना रहेगा और कंपनी आपके एक्सपेक्टेशन पे पूरी करती रहेगी. थैंक यू टू ऑल.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. On behalf of HDFC Securities, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines.